Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Talking Reds. Liverpool beat Southampton 3-1 yesterday, despite going 1-0 down at half-time. And it was looking not good, but however, Liverpool, as always this season, managed to get the win, managed to find a way to get a win, no matter what circumstances we have. Arne Slot changes the team again. Probably the best manager for subs in the world currently. The way his in-game management at the moment is absolutely giving points to Liverpool. Undeserved points at times, but yesterday, second half, much better, boys. I want two word at I want happy with the first half performance, let's be honest. I'm not going to be happy with what I've seen. But with it being Southampton, with being Liverpool this season, Rhys, did it seem inevitable that comeback was on?
I don't think the result was ever in doubt. I know, obviously, if you look at it from hindsight, because Southampton's at the bottom, people just assume, yeah, we should batter them. But it goes both ways, because at the same time, yeah, we should batter them, but then we always say the Premier League is the most competitive league. The reason for that is because sometimes a little team who you're supposed to beat and most other teams beat, then they decide that they kind of want to have a good game against you. It's obviously it was a little frustrating, but I was never worried about the result because we were still creating chances in that half, and it sounded like it was more of a mix-up between Van Dijk and Alisson. Kind of looked like a Messi goal, and then it even looked, I think, that it was rumoured to be, it could have been offside. So I always thought once we score, it will be all right. I think, obviously, it's all right for us to have high expectations for Liverpool, but I think we got to remember that we can't expect the team to perform a great performance every game. It's not going to work like that. We just had a game against PSG where that game we weren't great, and that game was on the back foot for most of the game, so that probably took a lot out of the players. Slot did rotate a little bit, but I think he could have maybe rotated a little bit more. I think Gravenberch should have really been on the bench. I think he could have got away with starting Endo with Jones, I think, for that, because of Southampton at home. But yeah, I wasn't worried because I knew once we scored, they would kind of collapse, and then you kind of saw the rest was history.
No, not being worried about that specific game is one thing, but what about going towards in like the next few games? Because at the end of the day, we haven't really played well in a lot of games recently, and it's the vast majority of them have not been playing well. We've got bad against PSG, poor against Wolves, poor against Villa, poor against Everton, poor against Plymouth. I mean, the only Man City game was probably and the Newcastle game probably the best we've performed as a whole. I know we're 6 points clear, and I've already said, look, I've already put it out into the internet. I've already put it out there that I've won the league. But 16 points clear, Arsenal win today, the 10 points. Is there still possibility that we do drop off a little bit? Because there is performances there that has shown that.
It's sort of like the bigger picture, I think. I think, I know classic Liverpool, and it is true. Take every game as it comes. But I think the bigger picture at the minute is there's a cup final around the corner, like next Sunday. 7 days away from it. I think most of the players and the manager will be looking towards that. Obviously, in between that, we've got the big second leg at Anfield against PSG. I almost thought that performance yesterday was sort of not a hangover from Wednesday. Maybe just not fully exert themselves, because obviously...
Did it feel routine? Does it feel like just a routine win?
I mean, yeah, like Rhys said, I'm never in doubt that we wouldn't win the game. I was even doing other stuff. I was watching it and I'd doing other stuff because I just knew we'd come back. If it was another game, I'd be like, sat there waiting.
Yeah.
And I almost knew that had happened, which is bad to say that, but I mean, we are the top of the league for a reason. We've lost one game all season. That's not by chance. That's by being good. I did expect the second half yesterday to be better, because the first half was appalling, to be honest. It was just the same. It's almost that classic low block thing where it happens every time. Put it out wide, cross it in. Put it out wide, cross it in. It just doesn't work. It really doesn't work. I mean, there was a couple of chances that Salah got one, I think, and I think Nunez got one when he tried over a kick or something like that.
Yeah.
The header in there somewhere as well. But I don't know. Sometimes I think we obviously always struggle to get them low blocks, and then as soon as Southampton scored, they just thought, oh, we can sort of get, and that almost plays into like Liverpool's hands. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to be totally honest with you. Yesterday, if we'd have drawn, I probably wouldn't have been bothered. I mean, it sounds really bad.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have been bothered. I mean, if we'd have lost, I would have. If we'd have drawn, I'd have been like, well, them. But I'm more looking towards. More looking towards Tuesday. So I think.
Apologies. It's loud. It's very active in my area. I've told Damon this before.
Mate, my area is much different. That's right. Much different.
I wish I could be responsible for the noise, but I'm telling you, it's a strip.
My street's noisier than Anfield at the moment, so I won't worry about
that. Because the sun's been out the last couple of days, it's like everyone wants to come out.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Good now.
But that's. I think more looking towards Tuesday. I think I'm semi-nervous that Tuesday will say that, because I don't think we'll play like we did it in Paris, but like if we play like that again we did in Paris and still win, I honestly don't care. But at the end of the day,
what? You got it bang on though. Like yesterday, I felt really relaxed. Like even if we did draw, right? It's bad result, bad performance. Quickly bounce back from it, hopefully. But it's not the end of the world, and it's home to Southampton. You probably will get absolutely mocked by rival fans. Oh, they've done it. They're here. The bottle job starting. And it's drawing home to Southampton. Pathetic. But really, we're 16 points clear now. We would have been 14 points clear, and yet Arsenal have 2 games down. But they've got to win those games down. They had a game down before, and they lost to West Ham, and they lost to Nottingham Forest. So it's all right having games in hand. This Arsenal side doesn't seem to be capitalising on those games in hand, and so that relaxed. That's why I feel this feels different. This is why I've already said that we've won the league, because this feels different. This Arsenal side is not the Pep Guardiola Man City side. If Pep Guardiola Man City side was behind us, even at 10 points clear, I'd be like, we've got to win every single fucking game here. This is not good enough. Like, at 1-0 down, I've been panicking a little bit more than what I was. Like yesterday, I was the same as you. I was doing other stuff. I was watching Hooks on YouTube. I was talking to him on YouTube whilst watching the game as well. Like you don't usually get that in games where we can do that, Rhys. Tuesday is different. Tuesday's like edge of the seat. I'll be probably stood up all game watching it. That's the way it is. If we concede a goal, then I'll be certain. If we 1-0 down like we were against Southampton, that's a different story. It's a different Damon. But yesterday's game, though, Rhys, there's been a lot of criticism on Diaz. It's rightful criticism right now. A lot of people are worried about, there's nothing there for him. He's not improving. He's 28 years old. Yesterday, another pathetic performance. I asked you midweek. I'm sure I asked you the video, didn't I, Naj? I asked you, like, do you think he's gone? Like, he's not proving. He's not doing anything different to want me to make him stay.
With Slot, I'm not sure, because he might use him as squad player. If it was me, I would sell him at the end of the season, because I think you could get a decent amount for him, and I do think the rumours of him being linked with Barcelona, I don't think that will ever go away, because I think he has desires to play there, and so does his dad. Whether he's playing well or not, I think he's a good player. I just think it's more flashy than actual good substance overall. Obviously, don't get me wrong, he's improved at times this season at times with his output and stuff, but he's kind of reverted back to type. It's quite frustrating when you watch him play, because he has the attributes to actually go past someone, but he plays like he's at times like he's skilling someone up on the schoolyard, or he's skilling someone up outside, like when you're playing on the street or something like that, head down, where it's that just make the right decisions at the right time. Sometimes his touch not always great, and it's more frustrating because he's actually a good player. But one of the things I have noticed as well is, I think people, because we're used to when we had Mane and Firmino and Salah, people try and compare the players we have now to those standards. So a lot of our fan base have been trying to compare him to Mane, which I think is unfair, because Mane is an anomaly. You're not always going to get that free we had. You're not going to always get that kind of level. For me, I would move him on at the end of the season, because I think for me, Gakpo is number one on that left, and that's more because for me, the end product's just better. You kind of know, and you know you're more likely to get kind of more goals out of him. Where it's Diaz, it depends. He might have a game where he scores 1 or 2 goals, and then you think, okay, he's gonna be like this every game, but then he'll have 4 or 5 games where there's times he's given the ball away or he's missed the clear-cut chance. So I do understand the frustration.
Him and Nunez are quite similar. But Nunez always seems to pop up with something now. You know, it's a very odd thing. Like Nunez' first half was just as pathetic as Diaz. The overhead kick was awful. But the second half, he was the one that practically won us the game with the decisions that he made. You know, the goal, good cross from Diaz. Actually, the first time I've seen him run at the byline, by the way. Fucking cross it in. He doesn't do that. He should. That's what we're asking him to do. This is what he doesn't do. He always cuts inside or pass it backwards. It's too predictable. That running to the byline, that's a natural winger's thing to do. And we don't see Diaz doing enough. It does it once, and we score a goal from it. Good finish from Nunez. Then won the penalty for the second goal. It was a penalty, if we're honest. He got in front of the ball. He got in front of the man, which that's what smart strikers do. That make sure they get to the ball first, because all it takes is a nick of someone behind you, and it's a foul. Naj, however, for me, I thought he should have got sent off in the first half. It wasn't fully reckless. It wasn't like a bad breaking a bone challenge. But what it was for me, his intentions were to kick the man.
Yeah, it's the classic thing with Nunez, though, isn't it? Like, he got elbowed maybe about 10 seconds, 5 seconds before it, and you know, a normal player would just get on with the game.
Mm.
Maybe if there's a 50-50, leave one on them later on. But Nunez doesn't hide what he's going to do. Like, he just, you know, the way I see it is, McAllister, for me, if someone legs McAllister, he legs them back. But he does it in such a way that it's only a yellow, you know, or it's only a foul. You know, he still retaliates, but it's not like in a malicious way like Nunez does. Like, Nunez is literally like a 6-year-old kid.
Yeah.
It was stupid. Yeah. I think he gets away with it because of the contact in my eyes. But I mean, you could easily give a red for it. I don't disagree that it couldn't have been a red or not. Like, I mean, he got away with it. And then obviously we heard about them all getting an absolute bollocking at our time. So I think he was probably the main person getting the brunt of it, because that second half performance was like someone had shoved the rocket up his where the sun doesn't shine, if you know what I mean, because he looked like a different player second half.
Tricky pinned him up to the wall.
He just looked like he's almost like somebody like, you're not going to play again for us, or you know, you're not going to play. And he come out second half like, ready to do something, but he should be of the mindset that I have to do that all the time, but he isn't. So unfortunately, we have to put up with that until he goes.
Yeah, it is that mentality thing, though, isn't it? Like you said, it's like a child. This is why he'll never improve. Unfortunately, he'll have glimpses, but very rare glimpses. But he'll never improve, because mentally, you need to improve yourself. You need to say, look, yeah, if you got elbow, fair enough, get on with it. Put a 50-50 challenge in. Make sure you let them there, but don't kick out like that, because that's what that's doing there. It's silly. You know, another referee could have sent you off, and that 1-0 down would have sent it off as well. It makes the game 10 times harder. 10 times harder for what? Just for simply kicking out a player. I think you got it right, though, in terms of the contact. That's the only reason why he might. Because he want full contact. He want it sort of caught him.
Yeah.
It should have been red because of the intention for me, but it didn't catch him enough to hurt him enough for the. I think it's more of like a different referee might give a red card, but he shouldn't be giving that referee the option to do that. That's the thing. However, Arne Slot, though, Rhys, now as you said it there, Arne Slot got into him at half time, and again his subs again. It's just incredible, isn't it? His tactical nous of the game and his in-game management is so much. I won't say so much better than Klopp, but it is better than Klopp. It really is, because there's times Klopp looked at his bench and thought, no, I don't want to bring anyone. Slot's not scared to change things. If you're playing shit, get off. And I love that attitude.
That's why I weren't ever worried about the result, though, because he's going to see what was going wrong, and he would have made the changes. Obviously, sometimes he waits and allowed them to come out and see if some of them could improve, but he kind of made them changes straight away. But it's interesting as well because when I got to see as well because when Slot is here, second season, third season, if in terms of subs and kind of being on top of people and not allowing certain performances below par. Because I think when Klopp first came, he was kind of more tactical and he was kind of on top of people. It's when you get comfortable and then because he hasn't got his favourite yet, Slot, for me, because it's only his first season. So when we start winning some things, and if there's one or two that come, then it will be interesting to see if they're not performing well, if they need to be dropped. But yeah, I'm never really surprised because he always kind of makes the tweaks that he needs to. He did say that I think the message he got across them was that he was angry, that he wasn't happy. So he kind of told them about himself, and you could see from the instant response when they came out that they kind of heard what he was saying loud and clear.
One thing I saw crying yesterday about Arsenal fans, especially Arsenal fans, obviously, because we're in the title race with Arsenal fans, was the 6 sub thing. I don't think people realise what happened with the 6 sub thing. So Bournemouth got an head injury, concussion injury. They were allowed an extra 6 subs. According to the rules, then it gives the chance for the other team to have a 6th sub as well, in terms of fairness. I never knew that was a rule, actually, because that actually happened, funnily enough, that actually happened to my team that I play for on Saturdays. We had a concussion to our keeper, but we'd already made all our subs. But they said I could bring one of the players back on that would already come off because of a concussion. But I never saw the other team make another sub, if that made sense. I didn't know that was even a rule, but that is according to the rules that can happen. But yeah, it's a 3-1 win, boys. We've got the result as we seem to always do. We've got a big game on Tuesday now, and then obviously Carabao Cup final next week. The Chiesa thing, though, now, that's the thing that we did have 6 subs. That's why I wanted to go on the 6 subs thing. Chiesa's still not playing again. That tells me that Arne Slot didn't want Chiesa. What did it tell you?
I think he's. I mean, obviously, we were talking about it the other day, wasn't we, on a previous video about how I thought Chiesa has got to get minutes against bottom of the league, like rotation. And then I always had to rub my eyes twice when I see Luis Diaz starting again. And I just think possibly the Chiesa signing almost swings towards the way of Richard Hughes. Sort of, he's brought him in because he's cheap. It's a chance to bring someone in because he's cheap. Yeah. We all know Chiesa's got the talent. We all know, we showed it in the past. Obviously, he got him for a cut price because he had a really serious injury 2 seasons ago. But I just think, has Chiesa done enough to impress Slot? Probably not. He has scored, I suppose, when he's come on, but maybe I don't know whether it's sort of. I mean, obviously, the first 3 months until November, he was on this pre-season thing, wasn't he? But I don't know. Is it second season he's going to use him more? Is he going to sell him? Is it just? I can't put my finger on what it is with Chiesa. Maybe we're going to see him a bit more towards the end of the season, because I think going off the result, if the result today, if Arsenal drop points today, then I think all focus is on obviously Carabao's very, very soon, but all focus will be on the Champions League. And then I think, is he going to get minutes in that? Is he going to get minutes in the league? The league games from that point onwards, and then just rest Gakpo, Diaz, Salah, etc. all for them games. I don't know. Maybe he's using towards the end of the season. I can't put my finger on what it is, because I mean, he's not looked that bad, has he, when he's played? I mean, he looked terrible against Plymouth.
He had a couple of good games, a couple of good periods, but then he was shocking after that.
Yeah, I can't put your finger on it, honestly.
Whatever happens anyway with Chiesa, I think for me, I do see it as a little bit of a warning for the summer, because we need some transfer. We need striker, left back, CDM. It is a bit of a warning of make sure Slot is actually wanting these players at the same time. I know he's not fully involved with the transfers, but make sure he's wanting them. Otherwise, we're just wasting money on players that he's not going to play. He's not going to play, or it doesn't suit his system. We've got to make sure. Yes, go for the players that Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards work on to get that would suit Liverpool, but don't just go for the cheap option just because it's the cheap option. go for someone that's going to suit Slot, and that Slot is willing to play, because if they're not good enough, he won't play them. He's very, very cutthroat with his options. But yeah, we won the game. Big points. Pressure now on Arsenal today. They've got to get a result today. If both teams could lose today, I'm happy with both teams losing. You know what? Even if Arsenal win today, it doesn't really bother me as much. It'd just be funny to watch Man United lose again. But if Man United do somehow get a result, which I can't see personally,
Yeah, I expect
Man United to somehow get a result, then it's just good for us. But I don't like seeing Man United getting any results. If I'm absolutely honest, if you had to put a gun in my head right now, I'd say who would I want to win. As mad as it sounds, I'd say Arsenal, because it don't really affect us too much. But it sees Man United fuck off down there a bit further. If it definitely affected us, if I knew it was going to definitely affect us, then I'd have to ask. I don't want my Arsenal to win, but because I don't see it affecting us, I'd rather Arsenal win, if I'm honest. But yeah, big game today for Arsenal. But we have got a bigger game on Tuesday against PSG. Carabao Cup final next week. Keep this momentum going. No matter what happens, we seem to be getting results. That is the main thing. Arne Slot, absolute genius. Thank you for watching. Make sure you do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and get your notification bells on as well, because we'll get content out every single day. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.